Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, here in front of Alpa and Garlean, which means, yeah, I reached the rank up for the Ananta Beasttribe. Griffins rampant. Alpa's plans for Castellum Velodina are facing opposition. Oh, there you are, Serenia. We've just received a report from Miss Shanna. I'll read it out. At present, the bruised mother's skin is smooth. Wait, what in Walga's name is this? Good news, that's what. While it's smooth, we still have time before she needs to mold. Once it starts to dry, we know the day of the inspection is approaching. Well, I take your word for it. As much as I'd love to spend all day talking about your mother's skin, isn't there something else we're going to discuss? Yes, there is. A problem's come up and I could use your advice. The Castellum is under threat of demolition. Hold your chocobos, nothing's been decided yet. Perhaps you should start from the beginning for Serenia's sake. As you know, this was originally an Imperial supply depot. That great big tower in the middle was built as an airship dock, which we now use for surveying the surrounding area. You can see for Moms from up there. The trouble is, some of the resistance members think we should blow the whole thing up. It's a constant reminder of the days of Imperial rule, they say. But they're letting sentiment cloud their judgment. It's too important to lose. We're also forgetting that we don't have the time or resources to build a new bridge, and while we mull things over, there's no telling what those lunatics will do. Suffice it to say, we're in a bit of a bind. We can't let anyone tear it down. If the Castellum is destroyed, it would mean the end of the Gatekeepers. I'd have no choice but to return to Vera Nilia. Luckily, I have an idea. We Vera decorate our villages and differently to the Kelana, which makes them easy to tell apart. We should be able to do the same thing with this place. If we make something to symbolize that the Castellum is part of Ala Mhigan, we won't need to do anything drastic like rebuilding it from scratch. You know, that's not such a bad idea, but what exactly do you have in mind? It needs to be traditional, something distinctly Ala Mhigan. To be honest, I don't know much about Striders and their culture. Do you have any suggestion, Garlean? I suppose the most obvious thing would be the griffin on the Ala Mhigan's flag. But that's no good. It was also the symbol of a royal family, which includes the Mad King Theodoric, of course. I don't think people would appreciate being reminded of him. Sorry, Alpa, nothing else springs to mind. Many people live throughout Albania, and we're struggling to please them all. We would benefit from an outsider's opinion, someone unbiased toward the needs of any particular group. They'd need to know a lot about local history too. Serenia, can you think of anyone? There's an other officer of Custom Orients who springs to mind. Talamoko. Right, it's decided. We meet you there. Right, that questline was a pre-requirement for the Ananta, so we would definitely know her. I'm certain she can help the Griffin's Bane. The mighty Griffin's Bane has descended upon Custom Orients once more. We really appreciate your help with that whole Black Rose debacle. We've only just finished cleaning up a mess left behind by the Kelana. Did she just say Griffin Spain? What does it mean? A title adventure. Maybe you ought to call her that too? Please don't. Really now, there's no need to be so coy about it. I can think of no better tribute to your remarkable feats of heroism. I think we'll stick to just Serenia for now. Anyway, I'm Alpa, captain of the Velodina Gatekeepers. You might be wondering what brings us here. We'd like to ask your opinion. While I cannot guarantee I'll be able to provide the assistance you seek, I'll do my utmost to help nevertheless. I heard you know a lot about Ala Mhigan history. I see your point. Visitors to Ala Mhigan probably won't think highly of being ushered through a former Imperial stronghold upon arrival. I agree that it should celebrate Ala Mhigan's unique culture. A griffin design should meet your requirements. That was our one and only idea. We were worried that using the crest of our old royal family would dredge up a lot of unpleasant memories. If it were a single griffin, that might be the case. However, I propose using a pair of griffins. Once they find a mate, they become inseparable. In Garlean heraldry, a pair of griffins rampant has represented undying loyalty since times immemorial. In that case, I should use my metalworking skills to craft 2 griffin sculptures. Thanks for your advice, Tala. Come and visit us at the Castellum sometime. It would be my pleasure. I wish you the best of luck. I'll start gathering metal for the statues. It might take a while, especially if we're making 2 of them. Alpa, you go and find other Ananta to help with the crafting. Serenia, would you be able to bring us a griffin? I imagine it would be hard to sculpt one without seeing the real thing up close. Probably best to use a tamed one though. Give the griffin handler over at the Reach ought to be able to sort something out. If I were you, I'd start by having word with him. Bye. Ralgas Reach. Aha, I have a return. Gif, I heard you can help me. What can I do for you? Ah, got a friend who wants to borrow a griffin? Who do you want me to take it to? Alpa, the leader of those damn fools hellbent on preserving Velodina? You asked me where I ought to blow the bloody thing to smithereens and be done with it. But well, since it's you that's asking, I suppose I can oblige. Go on ahead, I'll meet you there with a griffin. I'm still not certain if she actually lowers her bow when you pass through, or if she does it merely periodically, or both. How did it go? Sorry to keep you waiting, Serenia. Got a bit delayed on the way over. Anyway, here's the griffin as requested. It's beautiful. The statue should turn out wonderfully if I fashion them in the image of this fine specimen. Statues? What are you talking about? Serenia didn't mention that. I want to decorate the entrance with a pair of griffin sculptures to welcome travelers into Ala Mhigan. They'd be based on your griffin. You mean to say me and my griffin came over here for some bloody statues? You snot-nosed little gobshite. Sort off back to Viranilia so we can smash this bridge down. Show some respect. She's our captain. We will not allow you to speak to her like that. Captain, huh? I don't see how anyone could take orders from her. She's just a child. Listen well, Strider. When I first volunteered for the Resistance, every unit I tried to join rejected me. For all my determination, I simply lacked the strength needed for frontline warfare. I had no purpose, nowhere to go but back to my village. That was until Alpa asked me to work as a weaponsmith. She showed me that I do not need to be a fighter to contribute. She may be young, but she has earned our loyalty. Ishana, I couldn't give a kicker's ass. I'm only here because Serenia asked me. Let's get this over with. You'll help? I won't forget this. If you're going to make a statue of a griffin, you'd better do a good job of it. They look impressive enough when they're standing still, but have you ever seen one buffet and swings with a blast of wind? Now that's something special. No, I haven't. I'd like to experience these buffeting winds for myself. Is this some kind of joke? Do I look like I'm joking? The girl's gonna start raving mad. If she wants to have this griffin attack her with the force of a hurricane, that's her business. Just leave me out of it. Fine. If you're not the only one here capable of riding a griffin. Serenia, I hear you're quite experienced with chocobos and whatnot. Why don't you give it a try? Hit me with a buffet of wind. We should probably find somewhere else to do this. Our comrades might find being assaulted by bellowing winds a bit distracting, to put it mildly. I'll be waiting by the gates. She never ceases to amaze me. Let's try riding the Griffin, man. Once you're on the Griffin, coax it into sending a gust of wind in the direction of that youngling. Just try not to overdo it, alright? If you dismount at any point, come back here. I'll get you back in the saddle. That was a lot stronger than I was expecting. Unfortunately, I couldn't help closing my eyes right at the vital moment. Could you do that again? It was only a glimpse, but I definitely saw it. I think one more time should be enough. I saw it clear as day. Now I know how its prey must feel. That will do nicely. Alright, Serenia, you can get down now. I'd better get to work while it's still fresh in my mind. I can't believe my eyes. With this incredible statue, no one would doubt that Ala Mhigan is on the path of regaining its former glory. You achieved what I thought was impossible. You transformed this imperial fortress into something our countrymen can be proud of. I'm quite pleased with the results myself. To say I'm impressed would be an understatement. I heard the Ananta used magic to shape metal, but to see it for myself, it was breathtaking. If you think that's impressive, wait until we finish the other one. I'm sure you know better than most what a pair of griffins represent. Everlasting friendship. Pyralga, that's perfect. And to think I was going around saying we should tear this place down. Now I realize what a waste that would have been. Well, I'm glad you see things our way. Besides, we couldn't have done this without your griffin. Such a majestic creature. If the gatekeepers had one of these, we could soar through the skies, casting a watchful eye over the highways and canyons below. I was just about to suggest the same thing. Alpa, would you allow us to station a unit of griffin riders here at the castellum? Now that the Garleans have been driven out, we've been at something of a loose end. Your gatekeepers have been working hard to keep the border safe, so we should do our bit too. You have our full cooperation. Are you serious? The Griffin's riders are always welcome here. That all turned out rather well, wouldn't you say? Now that Griff has changed his tune about the bridge, West is sure to follow. Yes, but we've still got a lot of work ahead of us. Serenia, I'm sure there will be more chances for you to help in the days to come. A pair of griffin statues has been added to Castellum Velodina. Velodina Gatekeepers' reputation up. Your reputation is increased to trusted. And new Beasttribe quest. Call me Snake 2. Okay, what are these 3 new quests? Because I just did the old ones. Are you feeling helpful, Serenia? The hour has come to call in the patrols, but I cannot leave my station. I would be grateful if you could head out and throw this powder onto our signal fires. The smoke will let our scouts know that fresh patrols are on the way to relieve them. Here, I mark the places on your map where the fires are to be found. A trifling task, I know, but I appreciate your aid nonetheless. A swarm welcome. Just the strider I wanted to see. We have soldiers out on a joint training exercise, and they've sent a request for aid. As matters stand, you'll be needing a griffin to render the necessary assistance. Give will explain the situation. Serenia, there's a faux pas of extraordinary size lurking near the Pearl of Clarity. That bridge used to transport goods from the western bank of the Velodina River to Ralga's Reach, and we can't have some monstrous fiend claiming the area as its territory. Pray head over there and persuade it to leave. Ordinary faux pas are nasty enough, so I've procured an alchemical concoction you can fling at that overgrown thing's eye. That should weaken the creature considerably and give you an easier time of it. Okay, but first give. You to land, are you, Les? I don't know what Asher told you, but it seems our fighters are being swarmed by tiny flying Vulcan. Actual swarms of them. I don't know what our folk did to annoy them, but once those pests get riled up, there's no shooing them away. My plan is for you to fly a griffin over to the Jala and have it disperse those biting buggers with a good buffet from its wings. Once you're done, you can hop off wherever you please. The griffin's trained to return to me after the rider's mounts. It might be easier if you report directly to Asher, of course. Might be easiest, I believe, also, right? Okay. Oof. Where did you... Oh, they're gone. Thank Gralga. And thank you. If you hadn't come, my comrade, he would have been bitten and stung to death. Aye, not exactly the kind of training I signed up for. We'd best find a new place to spar. Oh, thanks so much. I thought those little bastards would eat me alive. Those pests ignored me and flew straight at him. Curious. We'll head back for now and have this strider's wounds seen to. Looking for warmth, maybe? I mean, the Ananta are snakes. They're cold-blooded, right? Yeah, dismount. And you have a beating wings of a griffin approaching from the direction of the Jala. Oof. That stuff doesn't half make your eyes water. Thanks for the signal. The voice of an alerted scout from the direction of a Velodina river. Time to head back. I need to sharpen my blade again in any case. Terrifying. You are big. Okay, and first a swarm welcome. It was a griffin one. Was Gift's plan a success? That is a relief. Being blasted by a griffin's wings was Slightly unpleasant, but better that than suffer a slow death from a swarm. I'm told by my sisters that it was only those of certain stock who were targeted by the Viking. They have a taste for Highlander blood, it would seem. Speaking of which, Giv is apparently terrified of those insects. He must have been glad indeed that you arrived to perform the rescue in his stead. Thank you. Our patrols range far and wide out here on the border, and lines of communication can be difficult to maintain. Griffins fly swiftly, of course, but the signal fire does the job even faster. Even if the smoke does reek like a pile of merit, well, it cannot be helped. If you don't mind stretching your legs, I could probably use your help the next time we call in the scouts. No trouble with Alpa, no. My things. There is one less threat we need to worry about. There would be little chance of escape if the monsters attacked anyone crossing that narrow bridge. I know not what these creatures cherish with you from up there, but no matter how many times we drive them away, sooner or later we always find another in the exact same place. Okay. Well, that's the Ananta for today. Until next time, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV. I'm Mace, and don't get lost.